McCART IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted as always to be joined by my good mate, Mick Conlan. Mick, we talked a little bit off camera there, and I said it's finally here, the moment that you've been waiting for, that everyone said that Mick Conlan's going to be a world champion. It's happening. Man, how are you feeling?
I'm glad you said that, Andy. It's happening. It's happening. I'm going to be a world champion. I'm feeling very, very good. Training's going fantastic. I basically have been training since September, because I thought I was fighting December. So I've kind of just been, working away, working on things, improving on things. And, we've known who we've been going to face since then. So, I kind of know Leigh inside out at the minute. And yeah, I'm looking forward to going in and facing them.
Leigh Wood's obviously, there's been a back and forth on Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah. That is what it is on Twitter, man. You know what I mean? It's a fight. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be
100%.
You're going to punch each other in the face come 12th of March. But what does Leigh Wood bring to the table that you've not seen before? Does he bring anything to the table that you've not seen before?
I don't think he does bring anything to the table what I haven't seen before. Listen, I had hundreds of amateur fights, and I've had 16 fights as a pro or whatever it is now. And, I believe I've faced every style there has been in boxing. I've fought the best guys in the world time and time again. And Leigh's just, he's a good fighter. He punches hard. He has the belt, and that's something I want. So, yeah, I think he's a very good fighter. He's very strong, but it's not like I haven't seen it before. I don't. In no means, and by no means necessary, am I underestimating him. He 100% is my hardest test as a pro fighter. But is he the best person I've boxed in my whole sporting career? No.
You mentioned that he hits hard, and I've seen a quote from yourself saying that you think that he's going to rely on his power too much, and that will sort of be his downfall in this fight. Are you wary of his power?
Worry in a sense that I'm scared of it. No. Worry in the sense that I know he punches hard. Yes. And listen, one punch can change any fight, and we all know that. So, I have to be wary of it. I'd be foolish if I wasn't. So yeah, I'm worried enough that I know that I know the concern. I know what I have to do to kind of take it away from him, so to say.
Well, Mick, like I said to you, I've been at your fights at Madison Square Garden. The crowd has been on 99% Mick Conlan. I've been at Belfast. It's 100% Mick Conlan. Do you know what I mean?
Last time it wasn't. It was split last time a bit.
Well, I suppose it was.
It was in Ireland. No, we had two Irishmen in Ireland, so
yeah. What I'm saying
is,
what you're saying is that we're in Belfast, man. It's a home. You've had that crowd cheering you on and stuff like that. But this time you're going into the Lions Den. You accepted the fight in Nottingham. You're going to the champion's backyard. The champion that beat Kanzu is coming off an absolute great win over Kanzu.
Fantastic.
He's doing a roll right now. He's you know what I mean? This is the Lions Den. You ready for this?
Ali, this is what I'm made for. This is what I'm in the sport for. This is something that, I remember at the start, I was like, I would love it to be in New York. And I would have loved it to be in New York 100%. And then my dad came around and said to me, nah, I want you to fight him in his hometown. I want you to fight him in Nottingham. And then I was like, well, I think it's going to be New York, so I don't really care. I prefer New York. And then he says, no, Nottingham. I says, well, sure. If it's in Nottingham, happy days. And then the phone call came, and New York wasn't going to be viable because I don't think Leigh would have wanted the big room, and I don't think Leigh could have done the numbers. I could have done half 100%, but I don't think Leigh would have been able to bring that to New York. But so they were going to do Belfast, and I was told that no, they don't want to come to Belfast. I think Eddie Hearn wanted to come to Belfast. And then they said to me, will you come to Nottingham and we'll pay you extra money? So I says, no bother. I would have went for free. So happy days, you know what I mean? So I haven't had the kind of go. I probably could have got in the neutral venue if I wanted to. But, I want to go to Nottingham. I want to go to the Lions Den. It makes the story, it makes your career, it fits better. It's something special. And it's a big test. It's a big fight. So, I believe in my own ability and how good I am. I know how good I am. And people talk about how talented and all this here is, but he hasn't really shown it. But those guys will probably never give me the credit. I don't really care about them, as I don't pay attention to them. I'll go in there and I'll put the performance on, and I'll show how good I am and how great I can be. So I'm excited, mate. Land's Den, it's something different. Although it might feel like Belfast, and that's not Land. I've actually already told Matchroom you might need to section it off a bit because it's going to be a bit crazy.
Well, I can imagine, because I've been, like I said, I've been to Belfast hundreds of times for fight nights, and I know what the crowd is like. But we've spoken camera before, and you've always, even your brother Jamie has mentioned it in terms of fighting in Belfast for that world title, getting that world title in Belfast. But the fact that you are going to the champion's hometown, home city, does that make winning this world title all that more sweeter? The fact that you've got you will bring fans over, but there will be more fans for him booing you.
Nah, I don't know. It'll be more fans booing me than what usual, but I don't know if there'll probably be more fans in the arena, because I've got people from Nottingham and everything coming. Celtic supporters clubs are all coming and everything. So, listen, if it's horse day, it makes it better. So that stuff, like fighting in people's backyards, has never bothered me. When you have this much fights as an amateur and stuff, and you go to these people's backyards and you fight them in their home countries, and the whole crowd the whole place is against you. There isn't a fan there for you. So I've witnessed that, and I've experienced that, and went and won world titles and European titles in them kind of settings. So does it bother me? No. I'm looking forward to it. It will make it much more sweeter. But listen, I don't really care. I don't need to do much talking on it, because I'll have to do it in the ring anyway. I can say everything and they can talk about it and say how I'll be, but nobody really knows until you're in there. Although you'll know deep down inside really yourself. Yeah. So listen, I have the utmost respect for Leigh. No matter what's said, going back and forth and stuff, it's all part of the show. It's all part of the big game I play. Do I care for him at the minute? No, I absolutely hate him at the minute because he's my opponent. I don't have to like him after. No, I have no problem with shaking his hand, having a pint with him if he wanted. It doesn't bother me. I'm not kind of emotionally attached that way, but in terms of in a fight sense, he's my enemy and he's someone I have to destroy.
The thing with the WBA title as well, I know you're 100% focused on March 12th and Leigh Wood. Obviously, you'll be silly not to think ahead and pass Leigh Wood. But WBA situation right now with Leo Santa Cruz being the super champion, fought at featherweight. I think he's right down to featherweight now in his next fight.
Nah, Andy, it's going to be upgraded.
Is it
exclusive?
Is that an exclusive?
Well, it's an exclusive. I was told it's going to be upgraded, so it's more likely going to be upgraded.
Right. So you will be the Super WBA champion if you would.
Yes.
There you go then. Well, I was going to say that. I was going to say, like, obviously with that thing with WBA, would you take that Leo Santa Cruz fight next if you win March 12th?
100%. 100%. Or if unification come up with Keiko and Warrington, 100%. You know what I mean? These are things that, this is the kind of pot at the end of the tunnel, that carrot dangling there in front of you. This was what could be. So you'd be foolish to kind of focus on that, but you can look at it and you can see that it's there, and you can go, oh yeah, that's nice. Leo or that matchup, that's nice. But at the end of the day, that doesn't happen if we don't beat Leigh Wood. Let's take it back for a second. The pressure's on Leigh here. He's fighting in his hometown for a world title, defending his world title. He's never done this. He's never experienced this type of atmosphere, this type of, magnitude of fight, whereas I have on many occasions. I know the pressure it takes. It's a lot of pressure. So, I've experienced it and I've went through it many a times. And that's means there's no pressure on me this one. So I'm delighted. I'm delighted. It's easy. I don't have to be worried about selling tickets. You know what I mean? I don't worry about selling tickets anyway, but like, you know what I mean? I don't have to worry about like fans and being outdoor and rain and all this here. There's none of that there. Shit, I'm not running the show this time, and it's exciting, man.
Pressure's off, which is probably good for you. You can focus on what the task.
100%. 100%. You know what I mean?
The featherweight division, like we've touched on it a little bit there, but the featherweight division right now is probably one of the most exciting divisions. I mean, the landscape's changed. I mean, what?
Mad. Every fight that changes, every fight it seems like it's just changing hands. And again, once I beat Leigh, it changes hands again, and you know it opens up Wiley again. So,
have you thought about champions, Mick? Have you thought about Navarrete, Charlie Russell Jr.?
I haven't. I'll be honest, Andy, I haven't. My main focus for the last, by the time the fight comes, the last 6 months, 7 months has been Leigh Wood, and you know, I think that's just right. He's earned that. He's earned that focus. He's the guy. For me, he's the guy I have to beat. He beat Kanzu, and I thought Kanzu should have been the super champion at the time. But you know what I mean? I'm already a world champion in my eyes. I know what I can do, and I know my ability, and I just got to go in there and complete the mission there, and do what's asked of me, and put the performance in. And I'm excited for it. My focus is fully on it, and I know the dangers in the fight, and I know the advantages, the weaknesses, whatever you want to call it, of me and Leigh, and I know what I got to do in there, so it's going to be good.
Definitely, man. I'm excited for it. A couple more questions then, Mike. I do want to talk about, because as a boxing fan, if I look at sort of like if you get the job done on 12th of March, if Leigh gets the job done on 12th of March or whatever, but that I was thinking about like you versus Warrington. If Warrington beats Kiko, and then the Leeds fans and the Belfast fans, I was thinking to myself, where would you put that? Because that is probably two of the maddest sets of fans I've ever had the pleasure to be amongst. So have you thought about that? I mean, as a boxing fan, that's mouth-watering.
To be honest, I haven't thought about it. I would love it to be in the Fela. But it's can we really do that? Well, we're looking at 18,000 for the next Fela. So possibly we could do it. But it's whether or not we get that opportunity, because Josh brings an awful lot of fans, and more likely I'll probably have to be in the MEN or somewhere like that, or an arena, or a stadium. Or a stadium in England, or let's talk about it. Parkhead. Let's talk about Parkhead. I mean, fucking Parkhead.
Fucking
Jesus
right.
Christ, unbelievable. Celtic Park. That'd be special if we were going to do it on this side of the pond. But yeah, MSG would be for me. That's a bit of MSG. You can't beat it. Josh is known enough now in America, I think, to be, a credible opponent for MSG.
His fans will travel.
Yeah, he'll definitely do tickets like in New York. So yeah, it would be fantastic. It would be fitting there, wouldn't it? It'd be nice summertime in NYC. Wouldn't mind that.
No, definitely, man, definitely. Finally, then, March 12th, you versus Leigh Wood. What happens, mate?
I pucked the head of him for 12 rounds.
You punched the head off him for 12 rounds. Can you stop it?
Puck. P-U-C-K.
I thought you said punch. Puck the head off him.
It's the same thing. Can I stop him? Yeah, listen. A lot will probably be said in this thing, like Mick doesn't have the power and all, but I think I probably have more stoppages in my record than Jazz. I'm not too sure. I know Jazz doesn't have loads of stoppages, and Jazz almost had him out of there. In big danger. He was gone. So and he's been stopped by Guy McDonald, who's also not a big puncher. So what's to say Mick Conlan can't stop him? And my plan is to go in there and punch the head of him for 12 rounds. That's it. And I believe I can do that. And if the stoppage comes, fantastic. Will I look for it? No. Will it come? Possibly. So it's there's many ways this fight can go on. It's a fucking flipping. It's a flipping. I mean, it is. It's a flipping.
Exciting, Nick. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
You and Leigh are both great fighters and stuff like that. You talk a good game. He, like I said, he does carry a little bit of power. You've got that amateur controlled aggression style, which is good as well. So fingers crossed I can get down for it, man. Honestly, I
hope you will, mate. I hope you will. But listen, you got more important things at hand, really. So, But knowing the baby being a good Celtic fan, you know, it'll take time and let you get down, or else it'll come early enough for you to get down. So
Exactly.
you'll be all right, mate.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about. Listen, Mick, I'll let you get back. You're probably playing COD or something like that right now.
I'm just chilling out. I was actually watching Arn from Geordie Shore here. My flatmate. Watching him cry at Newcastle losing the fucking who did they lose to? Cambridge.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So I'm just been sitting here, he's going mental, so it's brilliant.
Oh man, poor Aaron, man. Listen, Mick, enjoy the rest of your evening, man. Thanks again for taking the time.
Cheers,
out.
Andy. And the new, and the fucking new mate that says my arms.
Fingers crossed, man. It'll be good.
I mean, you can't miss Grace, like Grace is.
Nah.
Hopefully, if Matchroom want to put the hands in the pockets and get the girls over to sing it, how good would that be?
They were good in the film. Yeah.
Brilliant. Motorpoint Arena. Wow. How much does it hold? I don't even know how much it holds. I was told 10,000. Then you hear Natty saying, "Oh, you'll have half of the arena." 2, 3, 4,000. I'm like, that's not 10,000. What's he talking about? Half arena's 5.
I've been there. I don't think I've been to the one in Nottingham. Oh, I have. I was there. I have been there for Leigh Wood's fight, and when I think it was Jordan Gill when he got beat by Tinoco as well. I think that was.
Oh yeah. No, it was That was where Jordan Gill's from. No, it was Leigh Wood's one.
No, it was in Nottingham. It definitely was Nottingham. He
fought Ryan Doyle. That was when he fought Ryan Doyle, wasn't
it? Aye.
Next Gen show.
Aye. But that, I don't know if that was that arena though, Motorpoint. Maybe it was. I don't know. But it's a nice little.
Yeah, whatever it is, it'll be good. That'll be good.
Well, like I said to you, man. Listen, fingers crossed I can be down there, man. I'm hoping. I don't think I can miss it. So.
Nah, mate. Brilliant,
mate. Listen, Nick, stick in, man. I'll see you soon, my man.
All the best, mate. Take care.
Well, thank you.